Hi friends, my name is Lakin Carter and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today's yoga flow is slightly different than all of the other ones I've done, and that's because it's chair yoga. I've actually had a couple of people ask me to do a chair yoga flow because, like any exercise, it's not always accessible to everybody in every stage of life. I have done a little bit of training in chair yoga and I think it's such a valuable, helpful way to move your body if you are stationary to a chair. And this doesn't always apply to people with mobility issues, but it can also apply to people who sit down for work, are in an office job, and are sitting down for most of the day. So I've put together a nice little flow, challenging that core, those legs, while still incorporating that breath. Anyways, you'll find out all about it in just a few seconds. I won't give the whole video away in the intro. But let's go ahead, clear a nice area, grab a chair, and let's go ahead and get started. Alright, let's begin this chair yoga flow again in a Shavasana. So sitting on your chair, whatever kind of chair that is, just make sure it doesn't have arms on the side, as we will kind of be moving back and forth. But we're just going to place the hands on the lap, or maybe you prefer them at heart center, or maybe you just want to place them gently on your lap. Relax the shoulders down. Maybe close the eyes. Maybe drop the head slightly. And just begin to focus on a few breaths here. Taking deep inhales up through the nose, filling that belly up with air. And then exhale, releasing it back out into the room. Continue this gentle breathing cycle, breathing in through the nose and back out. In yoga, this is called Ujjayi or ocean breath, and it's the sound that you make almost like you're sitting at a beach, relaxing by some waves, creating that own peace with your breath. Begin to slowly reawaken the body. Wiggle those fingers, maybe wiggle those toes a little bit, maybe take a few shoulder rolls back and forward. And we're going to start this practice with just a little bit of core activation. So I want you to place your hands on your thighs, palms resting on the tops of the thighs there. Spine is nice and long and neutral, shoulders melted away from the ears. Feet are grounded down below, ankles underneath knees. Take an inhale first, and as you exhale, I want you to push those palms into the thighs. Now, the purpose is not to move the legs at all, but to activate that lower core. So as you push those palms, maybe you feel that lower core start to shake just a little bit as it's activated. Inhale. Again, exhale, engage through that core. Inhale, release. Exhale, engage. We'll do this 3 more times. Inhale, release. Exhale, engage. Twice more. Inhale, relax. And exhale, crunch. We have the last one here. So again, inhale, release. And as you exhale, I want you to hold that crunch. Take an inhale while you're contracting those muscles. One more exhale. And then release. You can kind of relax those shoulders and those hands. And now let's focus on waking up those legs. So keep that left foot grounded for now. And we're going to begin by extending that right leg out in front of us, okay? So toes are going to be pointed back, heel is driving forward, so that foot is in flexion. What I want you to do is just start with a little bit of circling to the right. Let the movement come from the thigh. And then let's swap directions. So circling it to the left. Find stillness. Drop that heel off, but keep that leg slightly more extended than this left leg here. Take an inhale, and then exhale, lift it up, and set it back down for 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, 10. Gently set that foot down and align that right ankle with that right knee. We're done for this one right now. And we'll start with that left leg. So keeping that right foot grounded down, slowly extend through the left leg. Again, heel driving back, toes pointing back, that foot in flexion. And begin with a few circles to the right. Letting that movement stem from the thigh, even up into the inner thighs. It's connected to the hip. Keeping the other side as still as you can. Let's go ahead and swap directions. Circling to the left. Try and keep that leg as straight as possible. And then find some stillness, gently setting that foot down. Again, it's a little bit longer than this right leg here. Take an inhale at the bottom, and exhale, you're lifting it up and setting it back. For 9, 8, 7, you can really feel this quad muscle turn on as you lift. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead and set that left foot down. Now that we did an activation, let's go in for a little bit of a leg stretch here, especially those hips. They often tend to be very stiff very easily, so as much stretching as we can get in, the better. We're going to start with that right leg again since it had a bit of a rest. Hold on to that shin, keep that left foot grounded, and bring it into the body any amount. Maybe for you, that's holding on to the bottom of the thigh and just lifting it up slightly. Maybe you can hold on to that shin and draw the knee a little bit more into the chest. Either way, keep those shoulders back and down. You don't want to strain your shoulders for this stretch. And just kind of start to feel how it warms up that outer hip. Hold it for one more breath. And then what we're going to do is we're going to spin this ankle, the right ankle, on top of the left thigh. Okay, so you want to open up that right knee as much as you can. Maybe that's higher, maybe that's lower. Honor the amount of stretching that's happening in your hips. You're going to go ahead and place your hand on your knee and your ankle. Take an inhale here, and then exhale, fold forward any amount, and you'll really start to feel that stretch there. So again, just take it as deep or as shallow, I guess, as you'd like. Breathing into the stretch. Take an inhale here, exhale, slowly sit back up, and we're just gonna gently release that right ankle from that left leg. All right, so now we're gonna do the other side. Keep that right foot grounded, and then hold on to the shin or maybe the back of the thigh here as you draw the knee into the chest as much as it's comfortable for you. Sit up nice and tall. You don't want to slouch for this pose, otherwise you won't feel a stretch in the hips at all. And try to keep that foot in flexion if you can. Heel driving back, toes pointed up. Take one more nice deep breath. And then let's go ahead and cross that left ankle on top of the right knee. You're gonna again wanna open up that left knee any amount, kind of gently guiding it downwards as this ankle rests on the thigh. Place the left hand on the knee, right hand on the ankle. Lengthen through that spine, take a nice deep inhale, and then exhale, fold forward. Feel that wakening up of that outer hip. You'll most likely feel a stretch here. Take one more inhale, and then exhale, gently sit up. Release that ankle from the knee. All right, we're gonna do a little twist action here. So sitting in the chair, just like you would normally sit in the chair, knees in line with hip bones, and then knees also in line with ankles. We're gonna go ahead and take our arms wide out. From here, we're gonna take a nice deep inhale, And as you exhale, I want you to twist that left arm forward any amount. Maybe that right arm hooks onto the back of the chair. Maybe that hand does, as the left hand reaches for the outside of that right leg. Okay, so you want to keep your hips still, and you're just twisting that spine, pulling that chest towards the right side of the mat, or the right side of the chair. Take an inhale here. Exhale, slowly bring that spine back to neutral. Take a little shake, and then we'll reset for the other side. So again, we're gonna stretch our arms out to that T shape. Take an inhale first, and then as you exhale, you're gonna spin that right arm forward. Maybe that left elbow hooks onto the chair, maybe the hand, as the right hand reaches to the outside of that left thigh, pulling that chest to the left side of the mat. And again, it doesn't have to be a deep twist. It can even just be a little baby motion here, but try and stretch that spine, a little bit of a twist. And then gently release, coming through neutral. All right, so the next pose that we're going to go into is a seated warrior two pose. So it's gonna take a little bit of getting into that pose, but it'll feel really good working in the quads and hamstrings, but still with that support. You're technically not getting up from the chair at all, so just trust me on this, okay? We're gonna start with swinging that right leg out just a little bit, okay? So you want that right foot now on the right side of the chair, toes pointed out. Pause here for now for this leg. Now this left leg is going to reach back behind. All right, and that foot is going to be at a 90-degree angle the whole time. So the toes are going to be facing forward this way, and the right toes are going to be facing this way, kind of like that L shape, but a little bit longer. Now holding on to the chair, you're just gonna slide this right thigh back so that the hamstring is fully supported by it. It's not doing any work. Your thigh is resting on the chair. And you're gonna maybe lengthen out through that left leg a little bit. So your hips are open just kind of to that right top corner of the chair. And you can either keep your hands on the chair for support, or maybe you stretch the right arm out in front and the left arm out behind. Stretching those arms out nice and long. This is a warrior two pose. So that front ankle, actually I'm just gonna wiggle it out a little bit more, is gonna be underneath that knee. And that knee is in line with that hip. Good, try and gaze forward. I know your arms are probably getting a little bit tired. We're gonna take one more inhale here, and then exhale, melt the hands back to the chair. You're gonna slowly power through center. Take a little break with both of the legs in that center position, and then we're gonna move over to the other side. So we're gonna start by spinning the left foot out this time. Toes are facing towards the left direction. Okay, we're gonna stretch that right leg back behind. Again, use your hands for support. And again, you're gonna come into that 90-degree. Sorry, I'm just gonna move my chair a little bit this way. My legs are too long for this. That 90-degree angle there. So right toes are facing forward, left toes are facing out. Now you're gonna, again, gently slide that leg so that it's fully supported. The hamstring is resting on the chair. Have that spine nice and long. Make sure that ankle, knee, hip alignment is there. And then possibly sweep those arms out to either direction. Gaze is over that front middle finger, so on the left hand. Keep those arms nice and strong, gaze is steady. And then slowly melt the hands back down to the chair. Slowly coming through center and placing both feet back in front. I'm just gonna move my chair more to the center again. All right, so we only have one more drill here before we take a few more little stretches and call it a workout. And we're going to be doing a little bit of ab work. So take this at your own pace. We're gonna start with our ankles underneath our knees in line with our hips. And we're actually going to flush our fingertips behind our ears. If that's uncomfortable for you, you can always place your hands on your hips or even on your lap. okay? But we're gonna take our fingers behind our ears if you can. Take an inhale first, and as we exhale, I want you to lift that right knee up any amount and then set it down. We're gonna alternate sides for 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep those arms nice and wide. 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, 10. Good. Stay here. If your hands are on your thighs, maybe challenge yourself a little bit, place them on your hips. If you're on your hips, maybe behind your ears. Either variation is totally fine. Just make sure you're pushing yourself just that little bit. Take an inhale here at the bottom, and as you exhale, instead of knee coming to chest, that knee is gonna twist to the right elbow and then set it down. And we're gonna swap for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Go ahead and relax the arms down. Your work is done. Let's stay here for a few more minutes, taking in a couple more stretches. So again, placing those hands on the thighs. Let's take a few shoulder rolls back. And forward. Good job. Keeping those hands on the thighs. On your next inhale, I want you to circle your arms all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, circle it up again. And exhale, hands to heart center. One more time, a big circle up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale here. Thank you so much for doing this chair yoga session with me today. From my light to your light. Namaste. I hope you guys really enjoyed that chair yoga flow. I hope that it was a little bit challenging, a little bit fun, maybe something you've never done before. And if you like this kind of video, please tell me. I would love to do more of them if people want to see them. As always, please hit that red subscribe button down below if you haven't already. Maybe give me a follow on my Instagram, give this video a like, a comment, thumbs up, you know, it always helps. And that's all for now. I'll see you next week, guys. Bye. Also, you might want to stay tuned on this channel because I might be doing Fitmas and there might be lots of giveaways.